A little while ago I shot a video on how to install a Tough Track ram mount setup in the center console area for my Xterra. And a little while after that I did another video on how to mount another mount on the side of the thing, but I just wasn't really happy with the way it turned out because this plastic is super thin and it would bow. And what I ended up doing to support that was I took a long threaded rod that I had laying around and I attached it on the other side here. And that kind of keeps it sturdy. But as you can see, it still wobbles. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want to do is I want to make this a little bit easier than this situation. This is just not fun having to deal with this. It's hard to do it with one hand. You really can't. And this X grip takes up a lot of space. And the other day, someone gave me one of these Scotch metal backing plates. It had an adhesive backing on it, but I didn't give it enough time to cure. And so what ended up happening was on a hot day, the adhesive came off. So here's what I did. I went on good old Amazon and I found this set of metal plates. So alcohol prep pads are pretty useful if you have them. You could also just use regular rubbing alcohol and a tissue, a lint-free tissue or whatever, or towel or whatever it is. Rubbing alcohol is nice because it cleans it off and it dries up really fast. So I'm just gonna wipe this down on here just to get it nice and clean. And then I'm gonna let it dry. So that's pretty good. Now I have the metal back plate, and then I'm just gonna take the adhesive off the back and I'm gonna lay it across there. And what I really wanna do this time around is I'm actually gonna let the adhesive cure on here for a few hours at least, just to make sure that it's bonded correctly and that it'll stay on there, because the last one right here, it only lasted a couple days because I was impatient and I just threw it on there right away. And it was, I guess I moved it around too much and never really gave the thing a chance to cure. All right, we're back. I've given the adhesive on the back of the devices some time to cure and to stick to the devices. And now I've got everything mounted up and I'll give you a quick tour of what we got going on here. On this side over here, I've got the iPhone that's connected to my OBD2 connector here. So I've got some really cool information like speed, acceleration, boost I don't really have because I don't have turbo, but coolant temperature is nice to know, and power, horsepower, that's kind of cool too, and fuel. Over here I've got average gas mileage. I can also read trouble codes and I can clear codes, so that's kind of convenient. Over here on this side I've got my iPhone. I can run Waze, and over here you'll see the map, and then over here you'll see the turn-by-turn directions, so that's really convenient. Down here I've got my mobile hotspot. I like to have a secondary source of data so I can have my passengers with internet, and that's kind of fun. This internet also powers my iPad over here, as well as a secondary GPS unit, which is really convenient. This is nice to have in case I don't have cell service. I can actually preload maps here, or if I'm off-roading I can load in maps of, you know, when I'm off-grid I want to know where I'm going. I can plot courses, and that's really neat. I can see things like elevation, moving time, average speed. I can actually track my travels on this. This is really nice. I also like to run Google Maps here in addition to my Waze over here. So Waze will run my navigation, but sometimes it's cool to be able to just zoom out and see what's around me. So over here I can see there's a Jiffy Lube, over here there's a Target, and there's a Petco, gas stations. This is kind of cool because as you're driving it'll update and you can kind of take a look around. So if you're looking for gas or food or whatever, it's just really convenient to see additional information that your navigation over here might not necessarily show you. Another really cool benefit to having everything on magnets is that it's a lot easier to grab your device, take it with you, or hide it inside the truck if you're on a road trip, or if you're just driving around town and you want to have this stuff on there while you're driving, but you're stopping somewhere and you don't want to leave your devices connected and in plain sight while you're inside the store or whatever you're doing. It is just really nice to be able to just grab them really quickly and hide them. The problem with the ram mount X grip is that it's fixed. So once it's on there, it doesn't spin. It's kind of hard to change orientation. It's also almost impossible, actually it's pretty much impossible, to mount the thing with one hand. Another really annoying thing is that you'll see here that if you have it in the wrong spot, the arm is gonna hit the buttons and then you'll see that happen, and that's really annoying. So you gotta be really precise with where you mount it. And again, it's impossible to do with one hand. And it's just really convenient to be able to slap it on there, spin it, take it off. So that's the main reason why I like the magnet mounts, is just the sheer convenience of that. Now, The X grip I'm gonna keep around because these are really sturdy. I've used these off-road and they're really reliable. All right guys, I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below and I'll see you guys next time.